AFTERBUZZ TV Buzzers. What's going on, Arrow fans? We are here in Season 5 about to break down Episode 11, Second Chances.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah, man, I don't know the words, but I'm gonna do this because I don't know the words. Hey, what's going on, AFTERBUZZ? What's up? Hey, it's been a long time, or at least it feels like it has, but either way, we're really excited to share this episode with you. I'm Alikona Bradford at Boys in Beauty 01. Be sure that you join the conversation with us. All you have to do is use the hashtag, you know what to do, AFTERBUZZ TV. It's ABTV Arrow, hashtag ABTV Arrow, and we will talk with you. That was a lot with this music going on. How about you just say hi? Let's just do that.
Hi.
Okay, how about you say hi?
I am Lex Michael. I'm all over social media at the Lex Michael.
And I'm Tauri J. Miller. You can find me at Tauri J, T-A-U-R-I-J-A-Y.
Admittedly, he fulfilled your request.
Yeah.
I'm Katie Cullen. You can find me on the social medias at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet.
I like that you called it the social medias.
It's many of them.
I know.
With the exception of Snapchat, because the Kiaxet that's on there isn't me.
What?
Oh.
Yeah!
What?
They're not me and they're
Imposter.
inactive. It's so weird. So I don't know if I made an account while I was drunk a long time ago and just forgot about it, or if I have an impersonator that doesn't do anything.
That's
or
more exciting.
It's super weird.
If you have
Anyway.
the answer, please tweet at us.
I'm sure they'll hit you up and be like, let's meet IRL.
It's me, IRL.
Right?
Are you the Ghost Fox Goddess? Like, there are screen names I would rather leave in my past.
Yeah.
I have a few of those.
Oh, wow. Okay, so.
Nobody chooses good screen names in high school.
It's true.
Nobody
I would
chooses
just like
good
to
screen
say,
names
we're
in
going to talk
high
about
school.
this show really soon, but I'm so proud of Booby69 because she changed her name to Billie Jean Girl because we were talking about it on my other show.
Oh, Boo 69Bs?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is no longer Boo 69Bs?
No.
Well, dang.
How will I find them?
Billie
true.
Jean. Oh, shush. Well, anyways, Era, we're here to talk about that show.
We are the archery program.
That
Yes.
happens to, yeah, okay. Anyway, so let's talk about the fact that, first of all, we start with a flashback. Awesome. We get to know this Tina Bolin chick. What do we think? I liked her. You're laughing. Clearly
Just
somebody in the
this Tina
chat.
Bolin chick.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
I liked her.
I enjoy the hell out of her. She was great.
I like her a lot. I mean, are we gonna like talk about who she actually is right up top, or are we
Let's do
saving
it.
that?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we find out at the end of the episode that Tina Boland is her cover name, and she's actually Dinah Drake, which was the name of the original 1940s, like Jay Garrick Flash era Black Canary.
Nice.
She showed up, I believe, what was it, Flash 86, which was in August of 1947. And I think this is a really clever way to make as many people happy as possible at the same
Right.
time.
See, when you said that, someone in chat immediately said, "I'm so mad about that."
Right.
And
There's-
I'm not gonna call them out. So
There's a certain subset of people who are never going to be happy at this point, no matter what they did with any version of Black Canary. I think, given the way the pieces have fallen so far,
Yeah.
this was a really good way to get as close as possible to pleasing everybody.
Yeah.
So wait.
that
Oh,
also
go ahead.
means if we have a Hal Jordan, we can.
Right.
Yeah.
I like the character. I did, in defense of the unhappy internet people, I did feel like that name drop, while awesome in concept, reminded me of that scene in Dark Knight Rises where she's like, "Oh, why don't you use your real name?" And he's like, "It's Robin." It had that feeling to me, but like it's trumped by the fact that like the character's so great.
And there's also there's a greater significance to her being named Dinah. Beyond the obvious comic book reference, there's a greater significance to Oliver, whereas in The Dark Knight Rises, a movie that we will mention again in a little bit, there is no reason for him to be named Robin whatsoever, other than wink, 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 wink.
Yes.
Wait, hold though. Really quick, let me ask you, and also I'm going to ask if you please put the chat up so I can see it as well, because I want to ask you guys. Also, with this whole her being referenced as Dinah, and there was this outrage with, you know, Oliver and Felicity, but he's supposed to be with Laurel, blasey, 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 which could in some way lead to him having a romantic relationship, whatever, with someone other than Felicity, Dinah. Did anybody feel just a tad bit of chemistry between the two characters at the very end when her walls finally came down a
You
little
can
bit.
have chemistry without having romantic chemistry.
I'm not saying you can. I'm just asking if anybody felt that.
I mean, they're both attractive people.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, they have common ground in terms of their backstories and what they've been through. So, like, you know, I think that they could totally go down that path.
I realize this is a CW show, but boy, am I tired of just throwing people into bed with each other willy-nilly.
Right. Well, I don't think they would do it right away. I'm just saying because of the whole backlash with, Black Canary or Laurel is supposed to be endgame, and the show constantly tells people, hey, we're following this a little bit, but we also have the freedom to do what we want creatively.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was just curious if anybody thought maybe it was going to go that direction so that they're still satisfying somebody's wish for the Arrow and Black Canary to eventually be together by introducing this new character versus it being Laurel.
I feel like Oliver should be single for a little bit, probably.
Yeah.
I also feel like, and we'll see what the dynamic is when she fully becomes a part of the team. But for example, hypothetically, if Evelyn had turned out not to be a traitor and she had stayed as part of the team, there's a weird student-teacher relationship there that if they had gotten involved, it would have been real icky.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Dinah's relationship within the system of the team is, because if it's anything like that, that would be gross and strange for him to abuse his position in that way.
Yes, but isn't Oliver dating someone right now? Isn't
Yeah,
he with
the
the
reporter.
Where
reporter?
has she
Yeah,
been?
where's she been?
She's been
because
in
she
his bed,
hasn't-
son.
Hey,
Ew.
just because you from that really? Just
They're
because
both
she
attractive
hasn't been
people.
on screen doesn't mean it hasn't been happening.
Not on screen, but also hasn't been mentioned in these
Doesn't
two
mean
episodes.
it hasn't been happening. She'll come back in about 6 episodes and it will just be awful. And we
just be
do.
awful.
It will. Like, she'll come back and it'll be like, oh, it's back. Oh, it's great. And then some awful upset will happen and she'll die or she'll turn traitor or just, because Oliver's life can't not be drama.
Sure.
I would not be surprised if she came back as a result of next week's episode, which looks like Bratva in the past and in the present.
Yes.
Right.
But that's predictions territory.
Yes. Really quick, I want to just take a moment to say hello. Whoa, someone's started with the predictions already. Hello to some of the people in the chat.
What a
really,
great
really
audio
quickly.
cue.
Let's see. So many things. Is there? Oh, that's
Macintosh Harrington.
Ivan,
agreed.
Brad P, G Boy. Sorry, I just want to say hello. Cullen Prime. Oh, that's you.
Macintosh Harrington at one point said someone's in the kitchen with Dinah, and I love you for that. And then I had someone else scrolling way back up, and I think I lost them, who agreed with me and said they had platonic chemistry, which
Oliver's a big man whore. Man whore. Let's
Yeah,
get that
man
together.
whore,
Sounds
yeah.
better. Deuce Bigelow. Hello. Anyway.
Well, there's no comma, so he's not saying Oliver's a big man whore. He's saying Oliver's a big man whore.
Yeah.
Yes.
the reporter
Which is
chick
better
See,
in a way.
we've had so many theories on who is Prometheus. JJ Mars in the chat says the reporter is. I had someone in chat accuse me of being Prometheus, which guys, I'm Jake Eric. Come on, we've done this before. And the going theory now is that it's Talia.
Could be interesting.
I don't know if
I would be intrigued if that were the case. Or if they
Something
wind
might
up
happen
hunting
along
down
the line.
Talia and being like, did you teach someone else? Because now they're trying to kill me and it sucks. So, what's your classroom roster right now?
Let's talk about Talia. I mean, since the name came up already.
This pleases me that we're actually getting Talia on the show. Talia al Ghul was a character that was created primarily by Denny O'Neil in Detective Comics 411, which was May 1971. And Denny O'Neil is the same guy who, essentially with Neil Adams, created Ra's al Ghul and also some of the most iconic stories from the era that featured those characters. Talia was also, I believe, the only other live-action appearance of this character was Marion Cotillard in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yes.
Was she British there too?
She was Marion Cotillard.
Yeah.
She did a fine job.
Yeah, she did an American accent.
She did a Marion Cotillard voice, which is great. Love Marion Cotillard. But yeah, this is the second. Not a whole lot to compare this performance to in terms of other live action incarnations of Talia, but the little moments that we're seeing, not even the big scripted stuff, little reactions that we're seeing from Talia in this episode, I absolutely love. There's a scene where Oliver John Wicks all of the dudes and then beats the dude to death, I guess, with the gun in the back of the car.
I'm assuming that's what occurred.
Yeah.
And as he's getting out, you see Talia just look off to the side and turn her head ever so slightly and half smile, like she's listening and anticipating the moment of Oliver coming out of the car. Very small but impactful acting moment, and I really liked seeing moments like that from her.
Yeah.
I adored her within her first 5 minutes of screen time. Just like, oh yes, sign me up. Tell me more.
Yeah.
I like you. You're hyper competent.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she brings a certain amount of like weight and calm to every scene that she's in, which I find really interesting. And I also find her so, I guess, she feels so untrustworthy, which is really interesting because you want to trust her.
Well, and she
Yeah.
hasn't really said what she gets out of this, because here she is coming to offer him the opportunity, A, to get the vengeance that he wants, B, to learn all these skills, because there's rare people like you survive this and you survive that and da-da-da-da, so why wouldn't you want to focus your energy here?
I wonder if she doesn't have a stake in one of the names on the list, because she was pushing Oliver to go back home and to take care of the list, and your father laid this out for you. This is what you need to do. I wonder if she didn't have stake in that.
We know that based on the myriad of facts. Here it is. Because we know that
Bullet point one.
we know that what was the name of the reckoning,
The what?
The Undertaking.
The Undertaking. We know that the Undertaking was not sanctioned by the League.
No, Malcolm
And they
was rogue at that point.
Right.
Yes.
And so like, and we know that they like to kind of remain in the shadows. So what better way to kind of try to thwart that than to send this rage monster back into the fold to try to thwart that plan without having to get your own hands dirty.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm willing to follow that Barrowman train. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Also really enjoyed how she basically dodged the question about her age.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
Hashtag frog water.
Well, and it's of course obviously a lady never tells and a gentleman never asks, but also Lazarus Pits.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Frog water.
Absolutely. There was something that I wanted to cover that she was talking about. Oh, so I do like, though, that they covered like the paralleling between her having the conversation with him about how he's a monster and this, that, and the third, and then you've got on the other end of on the other end of things, excuse me, you have what's her name, Tina, in a position where Oliver used to be, and he's trying to relate. I know I'm going back and forth, but he's having a moment with her to not kill because I once was this person and I see you and me and blah, 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 blah. But then we also have the flashback of who he was, and he's saying, I am a monster, and there's Talia telling him,
You gotta take that monster and make it someone else, something else, and then repeat
And
that
the
mantra for
pregnant-
5 years.
Yes.
And just the pregnant pause right in the middle. Someone else.
Yeah.
Something else. And we're all like, yep.
Only when you have the costume on, then you can be Oliver Queen when you take the costume off.
Well, yeah, that's actually an actor thing. Mm-hmm. I say to a table full of actors.
Tell me more.
Yep, we all got it. Masks. We good.
Yeah. Anyways, that was that.
Yeah.
Hi, Yerdell Colton.
I loved the parallelism
Yes.
in the scenes. And then I like that we have Oliver being a lot more self-aware about who he is and what he has done, and being a little less, I can't be saved, I'm terrible, and more, wow, I can see where you're on because I was at that specific point on that path like 3 years ago. Let me help you out with that.
I appreciate we're
Been
seeing
there, done that, mentorship time.
we're actually seeing hope from him in these last 2 episodes,
Yeah.
which is new and
Nice.
refreshing. Yeah.
New and shiny. I like it.
It's just funny because she is him, and that she is stubborn, and she is saying, nope, I'm alone, cool, I'm good, don't need you, hey, I'm cool, and that's Oliver. Everything he thinks he can handle all by himself. Mm-hmm. Of course, she ends up taking on another meta, which she probably doesn't realize until she takes him on.
I don't think she knew.
Yeah.
Another meta too, Sean Sonis is Discord in the comics, which is a character, far more recent creation. I want to say like 09, but he is like primarily a Green Arrow, Black Canary villain. But when he starts doing the face thing and they're falling and the walls are warping all around, I'm like, oh, are they actually doing like Vertigo now?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Apparently not.
No.
But it was cool. It's like another comic book character that they threw into this episode. An episode full of little references and stuff was fun.
So what's Discord's power in the comics? Because this was just like, oh, is that your inner ear?
I mean, he manipulates like sound waves, but I mean, he does it a little differently than. I mean, it's not just like a like a Vertigo-y type thing.
Right, which is why it tracks that they could use that same sonic dampener on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, it was cool that they had made reference to the fact that their powers are related, or not related,
Yeah,
but
they're reflections of one another.
Yeah.
I love, too, that we're on all of these shows now. The universe is in a place where everybody is playing a little bit with the pieces set up on other shows. And I love all of the Flash stuff. Like, we went back to the night of the particle accelerator explosion, and we saw that again. And then, of course, the most wonderful little Flash cameo that we got in this episode, which made me so very happy.
Yeah. Yeah. There's actually some really great moments. You know, as much as the show is generally a serious show, they always have those little comedic moments. And there were quite a few to me in this particular episode. One being first of all, Renee eats like I don't know what, but
Like a wild dog.
there you go.
I see people saying that Renee X Burger is their OTP. Like, bless you. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
Either way, I just really like the whole Tobias Church. Yeah, we know your stomach hurts. And there was another one that happened, and I thought that was really funny. I don't remember which one it was.
Well, a show like this really needs the levity, because otherwise we kind of turn into Game of Thrones, where everything is doom and gloom and people dying all around you. And that's not really what we're here for. That's kind of what it started as.
Well, I thought that was, if anything, the biggest weakness of the first year and a half or so was that it was so serious, so self-serious at times that it veered into the wrong kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that it's aware of its ridiculousness, and it's like, you know what? We did the boxing glove arrow. We are in it to win it. Let's go.
I love there was one where it's just he fired an arrow that midair blunted its own end so it could just hit her in the back. That's great. More of
It
that.
was basically like a rubber bullet.
We got to see him dangle from a helicopter
That
again.
was amazing.
I was
That
like,
was actually a great scene.
I never thought I'd get Oliver Queen dangling from a helicopter once on this show, let alone twice in a year. That's incredible.
He wasn't dangling, guys. He was swooping.
Swooping
He
and
was
fighting everybody.
swooping.
I will
That
say,
was a very cooperative helicopter.
Yeah.
there was this moment, though, immediately, we're jumping ahead a little bit, but there's this moment where he takes down the helicopter and then runs up to where Tina is about to shoot her target and is trying to talk her down, and I'm like, bro, you straight up just killed that pilot. Like, this is...
That's an excellent point.
I get the argument, Oliver, that you're trying to make, that this is not who she wants to be, but like, you just killed that pilot. Like, maybe have Renee, even the guy with the guns could make this argument better than you could right now.
They just killed a whole bunch of people on that rooftop, and then it's like, but don't kill this one.
Right.
Because,
Everyone else is a faceless
I
mook,
already
they're
lost
fine.
myself, so it's cool if I kill all these people, but you totally shouldn't.
yeah, but he never had that conversation with Renee ever in this season. And Renee is like, pop, 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 pop. You can't tell me.
Guys.
Well, Oliver is back to killing people.
I mean,
Yeah.
a vendetta killing is different than a random killing. You know,
okay.
because like when you kill your revenge quest, you find that you're empty. But if you kill other people, you gain their life.
Okay, Damien. All right, Damien, you take a breather.
Okey
I'm just
doke.
like, they're henchmen. They don't count. I mean, we start getting into Bob the Candlelighter at the League of Assassins. I really wanted to know just like the union for these random henchmen. You might die, but the benefits are great.
Well, and that's
No
the
life
thing, too.
insurance.
If it was just waves of faceless henchmen for them to take out like they always do, I wouldn't be thinking about it, because you could make the argument, unless you get a close-up of them getting stabbed, something like that, you could argue in your head that maybe some of these guys, like, walked it off later.
Yeah.
He straight up, he blew up that helicopter.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Homeboy's definitely
They're
dead.
not walking that
Yeah,
off.
I would have loved if like just one of the henchmen were like, no, not my remote controlled helicopter.
My big drone, he blew it up.
Yeah.
Good thing no one was in there.
I mean,
Never mind the people that we actually saw in there early.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Though, I mean, on that note, I'm glad that we're to the point where people are okay with killing, so they don't have to make those excuses to kind of be like, how do we avoid them from killing someone?
Well, at some
technically.
point, though, it just doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're taking on so many dang people, you really have the time to focus to be like, okay, we're not going to get an artery and we're not going to get an organ,
Right.
but if I get right between here, no, all these people are coming at you. They're bad people and they want to kill you. They want you
Yeah.
dead, so...
But
Shoot 'em in
using
the
a
knee.
bow and arrow takes patience and
Oh,
concentration.
Lord Jesus. Well, Renee
I'm gonna
doesn't
use
have
mine to
one.
blow up this helicopter. And again, no, don't get me wrong. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not complaining that it happened. More of that, please. But I'm just going like, is the next move immediately to say don't kill? Maybe like take 5 minutes or so. Maybe have your boy do it.
I mean, I get the don't do a revenge motivated killing, it doesn't help, as opposed to pragmatically murdering everyone around you. But it was still, I love that it fell apart with the, no, he would have wanted me to do that.
Which was great. I'm going like,
Yes.
think about, I'm sorry, what was his
Vinny?
name?
Vinny.
And it's
Vinny,
Vinny.
yeah.
Think about what Vinny would have wanted. And I'm like, dude, you don't know Vinny. Like, you don't know what
Right.
Vinny would have, oh, guy's dead. Good job.
Yeah,
Vinny
his
would have
ghost-
wanted me to do that. Like,
Yeah. His
well,
ghost is in the background being like, avenge me!
Vegeta, Vegeta.
Wow. Wow.
Nice.
Yep.
Agree with at the panel. Awesome. Sorry, I like to every once in a while check up and see what you guys are saying. We're a little bit delayed on your end, but still good and cool because really quick, I just want to say I've noticed that the live chat is moving so quickly. There's a lot of people in there, so awesome. Thank you so much
108
for
watching
joining.
right now.
Wow, awesome. Hey, high
Hello.
five.
You all are glorious.
We
and
love
love
you.
you. You
We
know
love
that.
you so much.
Including Emily on Twitter saying, debating if I should prep for my interview or watch ABTV Arrow live. Decide to multitask and do both.
Sweet.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You're
I
good.
know what my vote is, but I'm also not in charge of your finances, and so maybe I'm not the person you should take those cues from. Anyway,
Okay, so
If you can
Felicity.
actually multitask, do the thing, win the stuff.
Let's talk about Felicity really quick
Okay.
because there's a lot that happened for her, a lot and a not all at the same time, right? Because she's getting back into. You
What?
guys stop making faces at me. She
A lot in the knot.
a lot
I
and a
liked it.
not.
Yeah, I liked it.
I got it. I got there. It took me a second.
Time.
Got it.
So, any Hoosers, what happens is.
I love your phrases.
Thank you.
God bless.
I really do.
Thank you. So she has this little inkling inside that gets revived, right? Because she's back into hacking and being a hacktivist and all this stuff. But the moment where she meets Kojo Sledgehammer, which is that a significant name?
no, Kojo Sledgehammer is just a fun name as far as I'm aware,
Okay.
although the actress is Casey Roll, who has a number of credits, but I know her chiefly as Abigail Hobbs on Hannibal, one of the greatest television series that there has ever been.
Oh.
Lofty.
Oh, I'll die on that hill.
So anyway,
Y'all have fun with that. You'll die and get eaten on that hill.
It's so worth it. So good. Anyway,
Where you can show gore for days, but you can't show a naked person's butt crack.
weird, right?
Or
Hannibal
so.
was
TV is
weird.
weird. Anyway.
you don't know
Anyway.
say. You don't know say. Anywho, so basically what I was going to say is she meets Kojo Sledgehammer, and I just thought it was really funny the fact that, of course, you're thinking it's some big crazy dude that wants to meet in person and pay, I don't know, take you home and have their way with you.
Gorilla
Their
Grodd.
name
So-
is Kojo Sledgehammer. There are some names that skew more masculine online and some names that skew more feminine, just as a course of things. And Kojo Sledgehammer
Sounds like a big buff
like they're
guy.
going to hit you with a blackjack, throw you over their shoulder, and take you back home to do awful things.
It's Gorilla
Like,
Grodd.
Right.
Grodd hack. Kojo Sledgehammer.
Well, regardless.
Yeah. Though if it was a dude, the immediately after want to meet in real life would have been like
ASL.
Send nudes.
yeah,
Like,
nudes, please.
ASL.
So, yes. Yeah.
Regardless.
Yes.
When Homegirl shows up and starts talking about how, you know, never meet your hero in person and blah, blah, and she basically is diary of the mouth, just like Felicity. It's like the younger version of Felicity, but probably not as nice, I guess. Either way,
Maybe just not as much tact.
yeah.
I feel like that's where she's at.
But I think that she struck a few chords in Felicity because already she was excited to do the hack for John, right? Because she's like, okay, way of releasing stress.
Yeah.
But then this girl comes along talking about, well, you know, you're my inspiration, and basically just saying, well, your life's pretty boring now. And it sucks because Felicity can't be like, actually, my life is really cool and I'm doing all this stuff. So she just has to sit there and
Just-
take it.
If you'd been doing something, I would know about it. Like,
Ouch.
excuse you, entitled fangirl, what the hell?
Right.
Though, guys, I really think because of the way that she turned by the end of that conversation, I feel like she was like negging her.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, she was like, "I'm gonna make you feel like garbage, so you want to come back to me."
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's
Sure.
what drove me crazy about that.
Go
Gave
on.
her a flash drive with all the information she needed, and then some, and then a hell of a lot more. And Felicity is in the command center and just plugs it into that huge computer
Yeah, what
array
if-
they have. And I'm like, no, you get a laptop, you secure the hell out of it, you take it to a different location so they can't trace the arrow cave
Right,
or
what
the
if-
quiver or whatever the hell we're
Yeah, what
calling
if this
it now.
random person who you just met a second ago, anonymously under the cover of night, who gave you this flash drive,
and
is
who
not
was a
the most
hacker who was able to trace your activity
Right.
specifically in the NSA database.
entirely possible, not the most trustworthy person. So,
No, and she just does this boneheaded move like, you're smarter than this.
but I suppose, okay, how did you guys read that last moment? Because she opens up all these files, and it seems like but this close up on her watching all these files expand, and it's clearly, I think. Sorry, my hand's in your face. But that's files flying at you. Got to be ready. But it seemed
dodge.
a little bit like almost like a euphoria, like a surprised euphoria, and all of a sudden this entire world has opened back up for Felicity that she had left behind. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's all we're supposed to consider at this moment, and maybe not. Maybe that'll come back into play somehow down the line.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will. I'm waiting for her to act on it, go too far, and get in trouble.
Yeah, I'd like to imagine it turned her into Chuck. So now she'll see little things, and it'll give her flashes of intel. It'll be really sweet. Man,
Bless
Lacretia,
you.
where you at? Lacretia, I hope you're watching this show right now,
the
being
Chuck
like,
references.
F yeah, Chuck. Chuck's so good. Anyway, Chuck is so good.
So
You don't
yeah,
say.
I just feel like it. It's so tempting for her because the whole concept of being a hacktivist is, yeah, you're doing bad things, but it's for a greater cause and to make the world a better place. And even though she's doing that with Oliver, it's not.
It's lower scale.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, I honestly do think she's gonna go veer off and do that just a little bit as well too. Yeah.
Which will cause distractions, which will cause issues, which will cause larger ramifications. Yeah, it's just, I can see it happening. It is a good place for her character to go, especially since A, this is something she used to do, B, she was feeling a hell of a lot better when she did it, and C,
Yeah.
she's dealing with a lot of trauma and kind of a personal revenge quest right now.
Yeah.
So people don't make good decisions when they are dealing with trauma and revenge.
Also, there's a lot of
Oliver.
people in the chat are pointing out it's not like the Arrow Cave was all that secure to begin
Yes.
with.
No, you
Everybody
don't
and
need to
their
make it
grandma
worse.
seems to know where it is and how to get inside.
Yeah, pretty
But you
much.
absolutely do not need to make it
That's true. You
worse.
don't offer that information to people.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that doesn't come up again and that was just like a scriptwriter thing that made it all the way through and it was just like, well, she plugs in and she goes. But
Maybe
I worry.
Maybe if we go back, we'll find that the USB that she received is different than the one that she plugged in. So that maybe she already did all the checking and things, and then
Because it's boring TV to watch her do all that, right?
yeah, of course
Okay.
it is.
if that was going to be the case, she would have said something about it.
No, why would
Or
she?
we would have seen it.
Because, like, that's a moment where Oliver would be like, did you make sure it's secure? And she's like, do you even need to ask? It's one of those things.
Yeah.
So she did it. She did it. It's fine, guys.
Air gap your mystery thumb drive. She's cocky.
What?
With the
She's
mystery
cocky
tech.
with mystery tech. Air gap your mystery thumb.
I don't
okay.
know.
Air gap your mystery thumb drive.
You do that. I don't know
Yeah.
what that means. Okay. So everyone's just talking smack about the security in the Arrow Cave. Yeah, pretty bad.
In fairness,
Really
it's
is.
terrible.
It's true.
Yeah.
Is there even a door?
Yeah.
Someone else was also asking where Thea is. I don't know. Where's Thea? Detective Lance, now that you really think about
Lance
it.
is in rehab, I
Rehab.
He
believe.
is in
Still.
rehab,
Yeah,
but
Lance
just
is
in
in rehab.
general, I'm sure the actor was like, well, that sucks. I'm not even in season 5. Although
Well-
his name is still
Oh yeah,
credited
he's still
at the
he's still
beginning.
getting paid as a series regular. Like
Oh,
he's
'cause I
Well,
saw
and
that.
there's still theories about he actually is Prometheus and rehab is a cover, and I'm like,
No, he was a little too drunk for that.
No.
And I worry about doing that. I worry that would cheapen the storyline because we had this. Yes, he's having a problem. Yes, he's finally getting the help he needs for it. And then rehab as a cover is like.
It turns
You
out
had
he's
such a good
really
story.
yeah. No, he's really addicted to murder.
He's addicted to murder.
You know, weren't there moments
He
earlier in
gotta
the
sell
season
that.
before that he found a weapon or something, and he's like, I don't know, I black out. Maybe I did do this.
Yeah.
And we never really found out if he did or didn't, did we?
No, it was.
I think the implication was that he was being set up to think that he did.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
That whoever Prometheus was just like sneaks into his home. Oh, honey, you are super drunk. Okay, let's just make it worse. And bye.
Yeah, I
The
don't
feng shui
Yeah.
of this place is all wrong.
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
I remember correctly, Thea, after the Billy thing, she went out of town, or she was in a conference. She went to either a conference or she was grieving or something.
I thought she was somewhere handling something related to the mayor's office.
Yes.
Right.
But I don't remember what. Maybe it's putting on a hood and killing people.
Perhaps,
Maybe.
yes.
I am perfectly okay with her not being active in vigilantism right now.
Would you
I like
guys-
the idea that you can hang up the cowl and you can move on. And let's be real, she's running the mayor's office.
Right.
They need someone to do that.
I mean, here's a wild idea, like literally wild.
Wild.
Yes.
Dog.
But where's Roy Harper in all this? Where did he go?
Sir, not appearing in this series.
Yeah, he's well. First of all,
Isn't he still basically doing his own self-imposed version of witness protection somewhere?
Kind of, yeah.
Because he's dead, bruh.
Yeah.
But
Dead.
at one point, remember, he had that contact lens or something or other and
Yeah.
he felt like he had to do whatever this person was watching him do. Prometheus, maybe?
Oh.
I mean, if he was going to come back, we wouldn't have awkwardly photoshopped his head onto a hologram.
I was gonna say, I hope that Prometheus is actually the awkward Roy hologram. And it's like, okay, you know the Headless Horseman in the Sleepy Hollow legend kills people because he's trying to reclaim his own head? So the Roy Harper hologram is killing people because he's so mad that his head is badly photoshopped onto the rest of him. And he
yes.
won't rest until his head is photoshopped better.
Yes.
Done. Solved it. Good night.
Well, there you go.
Show over.
Why am I here? Jeez.
Save that for prediction.
But so
Macintosh Harrington
See,
saying
somebody
even the
else-
DA
okay.
has a secret identity.
one more time.
Even the DA has a secret identity. Vigilante. We haven't seen him in a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
The
But we-
vigilante side of things, I
Right.
mean.
yeah.
And we
Speaking of which,
briefly.
let's talk about the DA.
Oh, okay.
I love this guy.
What did you?
I'm such a fan of him.
Just the scenes with Diggle and whatnot.
There are so few and far in between
But they're
in this
important.
episode. No, I'm not saying they're not, but I feel like those scenes were pretty much just the driving force behind Felicity having the need to go meet this other person to spark the interest of being a hacker again and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. But as far as the importance, really the only thing we got from his scene is he's free to go. Awesome. Yay. And then, the whole thing about no one's ever going to be good enough to replace Laurel. Well, she didn't ask for a replacement. She just asked for somebody to be able to be
A
the
successor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's all I got from him.
They don't need to be a Laurel carbon copy. And let's be real, when we had the Laurel carbon copy, she was evil. So let's not.
I mean, what is the irony of the fact that this girl has the same exact power, if you will, with the whole siren? I call it a siren. You know what I mean?
Canary cry.
There
You
you
can
go.
hear her, yeah.
But I like. Yeah.
She has that going for her. She has the name thing going for her.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little.
But so Diggle's out of jail now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which did feel a little bit like, oh, we resolved that quickly, but okay. I mean, we've been plugging away at it for long enough that a quick resolution is not an issue for me.
I'm
Yeah.
waiting for it to have repercussions.
Sure.
For the hacking, for the general still being at large, for just a lot of stuff. I'm waiting for that to have consequences. I'm expecting a long game.
Yeah, and they did also bring up something that we like a little breadcrumb that we hadn't thought about in a while. In how did they replicate Lila's voice? And I was like, how did they do that? So there may still be another factor behind this whole thing.
I'm sure that there are people out there who can get the voice files from interviews that she's done, and it's not like she's not a public figure.
Yeah, Ghostface figured this out in the 90s. I'm pretty sure some of these folks can piece it together now.
I was actually thinking of the voice changer app in Scream 4.
Yep.
Like someone made a free app and
Yeah.
put it on and we have people who are smarter than that working on this
Like,
sort of thing and working against that. Like
You saw the dude
seriously,
who could move his
seriously.
face and the entire universe warps around you, right? I'm pretty sure they can figure out voice
Yeah,
modulation.
technologically they can figure
You're
out how to.
incorrect. That's the one technology that doesn't exist in this whole universe. Wait a second.
Like human target?
Just
No?
some guy with a voice changer.
Which he
Text
wasn't
Barry.
using.
Am I the only one here that still doesn't 110% trust Lila? She's cool. She alright.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I necessarily trust her. She
trust
still
her.
I
is.
think you might be.
So I trust her, but that's also the last person to hold that job was Amanda Waller, and
Yeah.
Amanda Waller was not a maybe nice person to begin with, but I also think that job probably does things to people.
Power corrupts.
Yeah.
Absolute power corrupts, absolutely.
So do I trust her? Yes. However, I see where at any point any writer could go, well, we're just going to make her a little more evil, and
Right.
you could buy it.
Yeah, and that would be a really interesting storyline.
Poor Tickle.
I know.
Yeah.
But it would be so good. Such rich drama.
Ooh, yeah, you eat that drama. So, really quick,
Okay,
I know...
we went full fava beans and a nice Chianti there. Yeah, that.
Anyway, sorry, cut you off real quick. I know that we're on a really strict timeline, so if there's anything that I've missed, let's pick it up right now, because I do have a few videos that I definitely want to play for news and gossip.
I think we mostly got flashbacks figured out, aside
Yeah.
from murdering a child trafficker, which, let's be real, I'm down.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm down.
What was up with Oliver's hood at the end of the flashback? Why was it so pointy?
Yeah,
little
they had to
conehead.
remind you that it was a hood. So
That was something, but it is interesting to see how we really are in the flashbacks now, starting to catch up to our present day storyline from season 1, which is really cool.
Yeah,
Well,
I loved the formation of the Arrow, or the Hood as it was at the time, as its own separate entity. I love that we got to see the beginnings of this.
but he put that thing on. I'm like, it's a good thing that's green, because yikes.
Whew.
yeah.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Pointy hood. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying. Pointy
Not,
hood.
I
it's
was
not
thinking
bad
you-
enough
He
to
was
get
just
him on Trump's
swinging
council.
swinging a rope.
Ba-bum. Okay, so let's get into news and gossip really quickly.
Time to hang out.
Yay! So, of course, I like videos, and I found this one. This is amazing and fun because we were just talking about Colton Haynes. Well, Colton Haynes went to a Britney Spears concert, and he got to participate, so check it out. The funny thing is she doesn't even know who he is. Like, at the end, she's like, what's your name?
So how do you get on stage if no one knows who he is?
Because she just picked some random person.
And it happened to be Colton Haynes?
Yes! No joke. Like, and it was just funny because he totally fanboys out at the end a little bit too. But I just thought it was funny because she's just like, who's a hot boy that wants to participate in blah, blah, blah.
He's like, I know Oliver Queen.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
You have Shady Bear in
Yeah.
chat saying Hood life.
Wait. Hold on, please. This is...
So much fun! Oh my god, thank you for coming up here and dancing with us. You're so beautiful. What's your name? Give it up for Colton, everyone!
like, really?
Dancer. Oh my goodness. You are too. Wow. Call me anytime. Give it up for Colton!
Oh, she does not know who he is.
No. Yeah.
That's
Anyways,
awesome.
I thought that was hilarious.
Is that Brittany?
That is Brittany. And so this is oh yeah, you know, I like to watch him work out. Anyway, somebody else probably does around here too. None of the guys.
Who can blame you?
But even if you are a dude, you can appreciate his ultimate strength. Okay, I just spit at you. Sorry. Let's watch this.
You're enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Let's go round.
Let's see. Wait, did he already do the
Round
jump?
67.
No, not yet.
Chin ups. Very good.
So check this out.
So we might as well finish it off with a rope burn.
If you're listening on iTunes, this would be a good time to switch to YouTube. It's
Oh,
all very
yeah.
visual to me.
Yes.
Look at him
Yeah.
go.
Good.
That takes some serious strength, though.
He's
Yeah.
climbing
And-
two
Two
ropes
ropes.
without using his legs, just all upper body strength.
Dang,
It's
dude.
bananas.
But I just think he doesn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it shows his commitment to the character.
I'm gonna say though, I just watched this guy dangle from a helicopter. All right,
Yeah.
like the
He has
ropes
to
are
do that.
great,
Right.
but like,
Right. Oh, you missed the part where he calls the other dude a butthole, but other words. Anyways. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Well, we have one more video, and this is from Facebook, and I forget there was a reason that I played this. I don't remember, so I guess we're just gonna hit play and.
do we need
figure
a
it out.
reason? Look how handsome he is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not the boot.
Oh, his voice
Oh,
is so
Facebook,
funny.
It's very bright, and
I just pitched up.
I think this is the best use of something live. Say hello.
Hi, guys!
She
You can
sounds
also,
normal.
so go stand up there.
Okay.
Okay.
This is good.
Did you know that the Blue Jays have a player on their team named Justin Smoke?
No.
Do you know how you smell? Do you know smell? Do you know how you spell smoke?
Smells my worst sense.
Yeah. Do you know how you spell
Spelling's
smoke?
also really bad sense of mine.
Well, how does your character smell? Gee, what is wrong with me? What's the problem with the live broadcast?
S-M-O-A-K. You're kidding. Can I be like an animal?
Cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
a jersey.
Yeah.
And she almost dropped it on the floor.
It says smoke on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were at the
Smoak.
Mariners game, and I tweeted, "Isn't it weird that Felicity's brother plays for the Toronto Blue Jays?"
Oh my god. And is it weird that we're the exact same size? What's his name? Justin?
Justin Smoke.
Justin Smoke.
I met him. He's a nice guy. He's from the South. Really nice guy. Left-hander. Right-hander.
Right-hander?
He's from both sides.
It's got to be one of them. Maybe both.
There it is.
Smoking?
Yeah.
Well done.
The weirdest part about this
Thank you.
video
Happy
is
belated
that
birthday.
Felicity's not my
Yeah.
girlfriend in it.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I
those
got
are
it.
my
This first
videos.
thought I
Cinema
had.
Sins?
Yes.
Did we just go full Cinema Sins
Oh,
here?
of course I did.
I just like the fact that his voice sounded a little chipmunky.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. And her voice sounded normal, completely normal.
Phone microphones.
Wouldn't that be funny if that really was his voice and they just changed it for the show so he sounds more manly?
That would be great.
Steven just growl. Okay.
Now do
Anyhow.
everything in that voice. Oh God.
Something else. All right. That's it.
Okay. Anywho's. Okay, so that's my 3 videos for today. Let's get into some predictions.
Before we do that.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, and
Whoa.
it stopped right in the middle. You are on it tonight. We
do
should
it.
talk about iTunes.
let's do.
Oh, do it.
Because we have 4 new reviews,
Hey.
one of which came from South Africa.
Nice.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, you guys, we absolutely adore it. The best thing you can do, if you like this show, the best thing you can do to keep us on the air as an after show, go to iTunes, find the AFTERBUZZ TV Arrow after show, subscribe to the podcast, rate it 5 stars, leave us a review, because when you do that, you're giving me this look like I'm
Listen,
insane.
No, it can't be that easy.
It is absolutely that easy.
Do go on.
There's like not even any payments of $19.99 or anything
Wow.
like that. This is all completely free for you
Even
guys.
I can do it.
And when you, I would hope you would have already. Bleh. I would have hoped you would have already done it at this point.
Yes.
And you are throwing off my groove.
Sorry.
Stop that. This is not an infomercial. This is a plea.
Wait, really quick, hurry, because I have to share
it's the
something.
same one.
Oh, you're gonna share
It's
this
the
one?
same
Oh,
one.
okay,
Yeah,
cool,
that's
cool.
the one.
Okay.
Yup. I've been looking at that since show start.
Okay.
Yeah, when you do that, when you leave the ratings, when you leave the reviews, our producers do go onto iTunes and they take a look at it and they say, people really like this show, we should keep it. And then we get to come back for another season, provided that Arrow comes back for another season, which confirmed, season 6, it's happening.
Yay.
Also, when you leave reviews on iTunes, it bumps our rating as a podcast, makes us more likely to go on the front page, makes us more likely to show up in search results. Like, if you type in Arrow, we are one of the first podcasts to come up.
Hey.
Which is really super helpful, and it helps other people find us, and it helps us get more listeners, and then you can talk to other AfterBuzz fans, and it's great. And, of course, if you leave a review, you get a shout-out on the show. This is from Kelly. She said, I know you won't see my review on iTunes. I took a photo of it, and her review says, I love your after show. I live in South Africa, so I listen to your recap a little later than everyone else. Listening to your after show makes my whole week. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Alikona, for the follow back. You make the show worth it.
Aw, thanks.
So that is what we ask you to do. If you are leaving a review in an iTunes store outside the American iTunes store, we have trouble finding it. Screen cap the review, throw it in the hashtag ABTV Arrow. Same as if you are listening on the Google Play podcast feature. Screen cap those, throw them in the hashtag, and we have 3 new ones on iTunes.
Really quick, because we only have a couple minutes left. Get to those.
Yeah.
But then somebody else in the
can
live
save it
chat
for
said,
next
I
week."
watched the after show because of the beautiful women. So, hey, high five!
Hey,
Good
me
job,
too.
they love you.
All about it.
All right. Anyways.
All right, I am going
read
to
those
like
really quick.
auctioneer read these. So.
Yeah, read them real quick. And
We
then...
have thanks from Patty Carrillo. I'm relatively new to ABTV after shows, and while I don't really watch the show anymore, I do like to keep up with the latest going on for most of the characters of the DC TV universe. I enjoy hearing the thoughts and theories that are passed around, and I thank the panelists for being entertaining and keeping me up to date. Keep up the good work. We have Love the Show and Podcast by Jonath07. I got into Arrow about a year ago after avidly watching Flash, Supergirl, and Legends. I binged on Netflix this past summer, and I always look forward to listening to your after show once an episode ends. Alikona, I love your positive outlook and your exuberance. Your love of the show and your job really comes through. Tauri, I've known you since the Flash after show, and I always appreciate your insight into the comics and explanation of the events and characters that I have no knowledge of since I'm not a comic book fan. You add an extra depth to the show that would be sorely lacking otherwise. All in all, I love the entire panel. You guys make Arrow even more enjoyable. I love that you guys love the show as much as I do. Keep up the great work.
Nice.
Awesome.
And we have one of the best Arrow podcasts out there by Lantha Korean. This is definitely one of the best Arrow podcasts out there right now. Consistent, insightful, fun, not afraid to criticize, but does so in a respectful way, well-rounded, and provides different perspectives and opinions. Great banter, can't go wrong, keep it up.
Nice.
We love you all.
Turbo predictions, really quick. We're getting kicked
AFTERBUZZ
off,
TV
so let's
predictions.
do it. Somebody said something really quick, and I like that you said that because it's a great prediction. They mentioned Rory and Felicity. Do we see chemistry? I could see it.
Platonic.
But I'm still team, you know where I go. I'm not even going to go there.
Yeah,
so I'm
I'm
going to let
going
you
with
go.
platonic because she's heartbroken.
Well, that, and eventually
at this point.
love will find a way. You'll find your way back to Oliver.
Yikes. So next week it seems like we're going to see more Bratva stuff in the present, which is exciting, which means it's not going to be parallel so much as it's going to be directly overlapping the flashbacks
Yes.
in the present day. I'm now very much looking forward to seeing how they tie up all of the strings between the end of the flashbacks this season and the beginning of season 1, and how tightly and coherently they're able to do that. I'm looking forward to seeing that process.
Yes. I am predicting that we will see. I think that
Next. So anyway,
Wow. Dead.
Go,
Do you
go,
have a thing?
go.
Do it. Go fast.
Yeah. I think that they are positioning Wild Dog to take Oliver's mantle at some point, and I think he's going to take a bigger role block. That's
Okay.
it.
Interesting. I am interested in seeing what we have with the Bratva, and like I said earlier, I do think that this is going to bring back the reporter in some capacity because she knows about Oliver's dealings with the Bratva, and she knows that it happened at some point in the I was on an island for 5 years in hell timeline.
Okay, so that's all the time we have and turn to the front so we can all say hello, goodbye, hi, we love you, thank you, follow, blah, blah. I don't know, this is stressful. Just follow me at Boys and Beauty. Oh, and I'm Alikona Bradford. We had such a fantastic time joining you guys in the chat, so thank you for all your comments, reviews, everything else like that. Go.
I will. I am all over social media at TheLexMichael, and if you're a fan of DC on the CW on ABTV, I'm also talking Supergirl on Mondays with Tauri J. Miller, and I'm also on Legends of Tomorrow, which is now on Tuesdays. If you like Arrow and you are not watching Legends this season, you are missing out. Malcolm Merlin and Damian Dark have teamed up with the Reverse Flash to form the Legion of Doom. This week's episode was chiefly about them. It was awesome.
Yes. And I'm Tauri J. Miller. You can find me at Tauri J. It's TauriJay, and also on the shows that he said in this one.
I'm Katie Cullen. You can find me on most of the social medias at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. That is also my YouTube channel if you like watching reaction videos. Star Wars Rebels is on break. We have Steven Universe for the first time in forever tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We have Voltron tomorrow night at 9 p.m. And if all goes well, we will have a special guest.
And all of you guys in the live chat, we're turning to the big screen so you can say goodbye to us all at the same time. But
We love
we
you
see
all.
all of your goodbyes, so thank you, thank you. We will see you next week. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Adios.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
He's legit.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.